Righty-ho. So, let's just see the date. So you've just finished a week's training. Sorry, is everyone ready to go? I should have asked the question.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Always ready.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Not strictly true there, though, but I will not bring that up. Okay. So it's 30 Shimatsuki. You finish your training in Nobioka and elsewhere, and we shall see what you wish to do next. So, dawn of first Shiwasu. Dark storm clouds overhead. So it looks like it's going to be a wet day, and it's freezing cold again. It didn't freeze last night, but it's a cold, wet day. Miserable. Just a sort of day to stay in a school.
Well, I could say one question would be on the 30th. What's coming up in the next week? Should we decide we want to stay?
Okie doke. Let us have a look. And so that is week 34, first week in Shiwasu. Oddly enough, there is training in Butsudo and Shinten at various temples. The Kozanji temple is also teaching hiragana. And Gareji at the Harvest Blessings Shrine is actually teaching kanji. Gnana Yoga is available at the Safe Return Shrine. As far as the schools are concerned, at the Flower of Hyuga School there are classes in Iai Jutsu, Heraldry, Nito Kenjutsu, and Poetry.
Iai Jutsu would be handy.
The Art of Go School has classes in Go, Katakana, Painting, and Herbalism. The Moving Waste School has 2 classes in Saite and 1 in Jojutsu. And painting is being taught at the Dawn of Time School.
Well, But
one can always try and persuade a master to train one in something else.
Well, Iai is always a good one for quite a few of us, but kanji sounds... I quite think I'd like to learn a little bit of kanji, maybe. I don't know.
I should point out, kanji is rather difficult to learn.
Does anybody in our party read kanji?
I do, yeah.
Oh, at least we have one.
Oh, I mean,
sorry,
in real life.
Yeah, that's in real life. Show off. All right, show off.
No, my game. Sorry, into character. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. In character, no one does.
Okay.
I did work out that when you start a character, if you are a merchant of merchant birth, and you choose the appropriate class, you could end up master in 2 literacy skills, katakana and hiragana, and fully literate in kanji. How useful that would be in game is a different matter. But it would certainly give you cover as a scribe.
Yeah,
but
also
nobody in the party does currently has skill in kanji.
I think things like that also depend on how long the campaign's gonna go. Like, you know what I mean? If it's 100 episodes, then maybe we are gonna need things like that. There's gonna be a lot of things coming into it, but it just all depends on the length of it. Well, the game's 6 levels, isn't it? And we're just kind of hitting level 2, so.
That's only in terms of your professional level. In terms of level in society,
that can continue to go up. Yeah, I suppose.
Yes, the top level is of course Shogun.
Well, I'm loving this game, so I am thinking long term for this character.
Oh no, not Shogun, surely.
No, but I'm just thinking about our long term future and skills that are going to help us over a long campaign. And somebody knowing kanji might not be a bad idea. I don't know. See what everybody else is thinking first. That's just me thinking out loud. Anyway.
Yep.
Well, are we looking at 1 week or are we looking at longer? Because
I'm always keen to train Dave, so.
Right. Because if we're training for longer, I really could do with going to the house on the rock to do more
martial skills.
for training, because there's nothing here for me in Nobioka.
Yeah, well, the House of the Rock's good for us as well because it is a martial school, so. And we're within a day's travel to go there, aren't we?
Yes, but don't forget classes start tomorrow.
The only way to do it would be to leave class on the day 10 evening and travel through the night to try and get there for the first day and hope that you could get in.
Yeah, so we have to like retcon that it's the first and it's still the 30th.
Well, it is the evening of the 30th.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I gave you the weather forecast for tomorrow.
The weather forecast, right? Okay, Dave, I'd be with you if you fancied the House in the Rock. What's the other boys think, and what's Lianne think?
Yeah, I'm happy to go.
Certainly where I need to be. So
Nick, Tim.
Nick's already there. Well, Kosa is already there.
Oh yeah, Kosa is already there. Yeah.
Not sure about Kinzo.
Yeah. Tim, if you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Well, let's put it this way: it's a day's travel, but you're going to be pushing very, very hard.
That's fine.
Can you actually hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you now.
Yeah, we didn't for a bit.
That's because I wasn't actually because you were calling me Tim and not Kinzo.
Oh.
Kinzo.
Right, Kinzo, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to stay in Nobioka for at least 4 days. On the grounds that way, we can be certain as to whether Kosa's coming back or not.
But Kosa's at
We
it's
could
Kosa's
miss
at
him.
the House of the Rock, though, isn't he? And that's where we're going.
Yes, but you don't know whether he's coming back or not.
Well, that's where he said he was going, but until he comes back, or I decide to go, which will be on the 5th day, then I shall work for the 4 days.
All right.
I mean, that's an alternative, is to do, rather than risk going at night, would be to do a few days of work and then plan to travel over there during the week.
Go over for next week.
What Kinzo's point, my point says, Kinzo, is that if he leaves tomorrow morning, we could well miss each other on the road, and then he'll get here and wonder where we are.
But would we miss each other on the road though?
Well, it's not the road all the way, is it?
I would point out there is not actually a road leading to the House of the Rock.
Ah, you're just going through the forest, aren't you?
So basically, you could travel down the Saikaido to Kona, which is 7 ri.
Yeah.
So those of you who travel 7 would then
we wouldn't miss
you
him
would
if it
use
was
up
between here
half
and
your
Kona.
movement. But it's then another 1, 2 ri to there, and then to travel the last 3 ri would probably is equivalent to 4 ri worth of travel. So you're doubling your movement rate. So you're using 3.5 ri to get to there, then another 1, 2 ri to there, so that's 5.5. But then you've got about 4 more ri to go, so you're going 9.5 ri. Which is,
Really
and don't forget, this is going to be during the night.
Yeah. Overnight.
Into rough terrain, the forest,
Yeah. Like
past the hill of
overnight as well.
Daitakuga.
It would make sense to do another 2-3 days, give him a chance to come back,
Give
but
Kosa a
also
chance
then
to
have the
come
plan
back,
that
yeah. Head up there on the
to
8th,
head up that direction.
9th, something like that.
Well,
No,
If-
round about the 5th.
They're around the 5th because you want chance to enroll if they have got something.
If you want. Just to take 5 days to enroll, but
Well, it's
No,
give
but
them a couple of days up there and then
yeah.
you have to remember that Asakura and Tomoe are not as quick as we are, so it's going to take
Neither
us 2
am I.
days to get there.
Ah, yeah.
and I'm not as quick.
Yeah, if we don't, yeah, it's a 2-day travel, really, isn't it?
yes.
But unless you want to start them on Force March, learning Force March.
These bushies, they're just slow, man.
Well,
Sorry.
I would point out turning up kind of at dawn, having trained all day, then travelled all night, unless you're going to kind of just try and join an existing class, if you're trying to persuade someone to train you, you're not really going to be that impressive.
Yeah, okay.
Tired out. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, let's go do a few days.
But we'll get marks per keenness.
That's what I was thinking as well. You show up sweating, you trained the whole previous week, and then you've ran 9 re to get there.
Especially if we run into something on the way and then we're bleeding as well when we get there.
Yeah, even better.
I think it's probably best to give it a couple of days and then look to set out.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. In that case, are you going to be working on the docks?
Yeah. Well,
What?
unless...
Is there any other form of work?
Yeah, what else is going?
Well, for me, Dave, is there any work that I can do for the Temple of the Dragon at Peace? I've just will have done my week Zazen with them.
Yep.
Is there anything they need doing that I can do?
Let's see. Nothing they can really think of at the moment. I mean, if you want to help out around the temple, the students have always got things to do. You know, good cleaning.
Yeah, well, I did similar at House on the Rock, so I'm happy to do some basic caretaking, that kind of thing.
Yes, but oiling the wooden bow staffs, etc., and the nunchaku, getting the rust off the nunchaku, not the sort of thing you do in the temple.
No, slightly different things in terms of applying to some physical work.
Yes. Dusting, cleaning, pruning the flowers, that sort of thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So, before we go any further, Kosa, could I have a D20 roll from you, please? You want low.
Not that good.
That's not that good. No, let me check and see. Pull up the little Word document. That's the one I wanted. So... Drat. I didn't open the Google sheet. 1 second while I just open Bushido.
The GM's not even got the rulebook open.
Well, I'm so busy these days. So so basically your group status is that.
Oh, Dave, I had a comment today from someone saying, by the way, the maps on that game are excellent. Somebody that's been watching it said to me today, the maps are amazing on that one. It's like, oh, the GM's lovingly created those himself. So somebody was impressed with you.
Recreating them. I have the original map here, which is basically one of the old style hex maps, drawn on, lovingly coloured, and then tacky back plasticked. And I've transferred it into campaign cartography. I am transferring it into campaign cartography, but I can't take the credit for the shapes, etc. It's somebody else's template that I'm using.
Yeah, it's somebody else's artwork, but you've built it into the map. Yeah, it's Let's not.
Okay. Do you want the bad news? Do you want the bad news, Kosa?
Did you see my previous response?
Yes, I did actually. And taking that into account, you needed a 13.
Yes.
Oh, don't even know what you're rolling, but come on.
That's what you call a perfectly judged gift.
Perfectly judged bribe.
Gifts, please, gift.
Sorry, gift, yes.
One never uses such coarse expressions.
What are you up to, Sneaky?
Well, when you get there, you can find out. Or when he returns, you can find out. Yes? Okay, so as far as the rest of you are concerned, you have a quiet word with Wanshu, and he pops out onto the docks and has a good look around. Sadly, there's no work for the next couple of days, but 3 days' time, And the day after that, yep, there's some jobs available then.
Okie dokie, I'll take that.
Okay. So both of you rest. So the group in Nobioka can rest up, etc., and wander around for that day. When you assemble in the shack that evening, Wanshu says that he's had a request from. Where is he?
We take a copper off for the day.
Ishidu, for you to. He's invited you out for a meal at the Lucky Coin Inn.
Oh, nice.
This evening.
Ishidu is the gang boss, isn't he? He's the mafioso.
He's well known on the docks. Yes, he's the one that offered you the job to take the message down to.
Yeah. Well, Wanshu, I will certainly be accepting that.
The rest of you? Okay. In that case,
Do take a copper off for a day's food, yeah?
No.
Oh yeah, when we're in Nobioka, we get fed with Wanshu, don't we?
You don't normally get fed with Wanshu, but you're being taken out to the Lucky Coin for a meal by Ishidu tonight.
Okay.
So you presumably have a wash and get yourselves ready. Not that you've actually perspired much today. If anything, you've shivered with the cold. But
yeah,
you make your way. You make your way through the rain to the Lucky Coin Inn, and Ishidu is there with a rather well-built gentleman, who he introduces as Ishino. He's one of the local wrestlers.
Sumo.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
No, yeah, cool.
And he treats you to a pretty good meal, actually. During the meal, he will politely inquire as to the location of Kosa. He had wanted to include him in this chat.
Kosa is at the house on the rock.
Well, no doubt he will be returning to Nobioka sometime soon.
We plan to see him in the next few days, yeah.
He will thank you for your efforts in delivering that message for him. It proved a worthwhile exercise, shall we say. And the current state of affairs is awaiting a response is probably the best description. But he would like to inquire as to your feelings towards assisting in dealing with any such response.
You want to know our allegiance in your gang war?
He looks somewhat pained at that description. He was trying to be more subtle than that.
You can talk to me in plain language, I'm a plain man.
Okay. If we need to employ you to would you be interested?
You can count me in.
Looks at the others.
Well, we're already involved, sir. So yes, you can count me in too.
And I'm just following these, so I'll come along too.
Okay.
What about Yanagi?
Yeah, Yanagi.
Yanagi, you interested in becoming a part-time enforcer?
Like Kinzo says, we're sort of already involved, aren't we? So
I mean,
Okay.
we're already enemies of their enemy gang. We might as well be allies of the gang, like officially. Do you know what I mean? If we have the same enemy through working for them, we might as well have their protection. Do you know what I mean? If we're official with them, then that means they've also got our back as well.
Okie doke. Well, in acknowledgement of that, he will offer 1 silver per month as a retainer, and any such actions would be reimbursed appropriately. If that is acceptable to you?
That is very generous, Sam.
It's a most generous offer, graciously accepted.
Okay, in that case, please would you add Rat Gang as a group to your character sheet?
Already done that.
Yes, of course you have, haven't you?
But if you look at my character sheet, you'll see that I have.
Yes. However, the majority of you now have 5 points of earned status in the Rat Gang, and Kinzo, you now have 6 status in the Rat Gang.
Oh no, sorry.
And what's its multiple, Dave?
0.2.
So what do we put 5 in the earn status
Put 5 in the earned status.
and 0.2 in the multiple?
Correct.
Should that update my global status and things normally?
Hang on a second. I didn't drag those down.
What do we put for
There
group
we go.
standing? Is it? We're not
Member.
really members, are we? Like I said,
You are member. Member
Member.
is the lowest position. It doesn't grant you any status in and of itself, but it's the lowest you can be in a particular group, and still have for it to register, basically. Okie
Okay.
doke. Righty ho. So you now have varying levels of group status in that. Let me just add that to Asakura. Unless you decide you don't want to be a member, Kosa, you can actually add add that as well, even though you're not there.
I will join.
Okay. Doke. So currently you don't have any authority, but also you don't have any extra responsibilities. So you are just registered with them as they know you, you know them, or at least you know some of them. Okie doke.
Dave, quick question.
Yes?
Sorry to come out of character for a second, but I think last session or the session before you said it was the end of a year and we should all age up our characters. I don't think I've done it. Did I start at 19 or was that 18 and have I done it?
I'd have to look at another version. 1 second.
I think I forgot to do it. I think I'm 20 now.
Let me just double check.
Ha, I wish.
That was a little wistful.
Hmm.
The last one that I saved, your age was 18.
Ah, so I have done it then. Nice.
You're
Cool.
just too keen to grow up. That's what it is.
No, I'm just checking that I hadn't missed something and I haven't missed it. I've done everything nice.
Okie doke. Righty-ho.
Oh.
So...
The 1 silver a month he's offering, is he paying 1 today because it's the first, or do we wait a month to
of
get
course, yes.
that? Nice. Add that
So,
for the sheet.
the first of each month you will gain 1 silver until you are no longer, let's say, on call as a tough guy. Righty ho. So a pleasant evening is had by all, and you return to Wonshu's somewhat more part of the Nobioka scene than you were before. You were actually woken the next morning by a slight earth tremor. There's disturbance on the docks. There's been slight damage through the town, but it's probably to do with the Kami. The storm clouds have got worse. There's a cloud burst, and then there's torrential rain all day. Just as well there isn't any work on the docks, because it's an absolutely awful day. But if you're happy to help Uncle with, Wanshu with some repairs round the shack, he's happy to pay you 2 copper for the day. So you'd get a net 1 copper.
Happy to do that.
I shall head back to the temple as offered for a couple more days.
Okie doke.
Even if it's just volunteering the time.
And
Sorry. As far as the temple is concerned, yes, there's actually more repairs to do there because they've got more stone involved, etc., and masonry. So there is cracking in plaster and so on. There is more to do around the temple, in fact, over the whole town. Yes, everybody's busy tidying up.
I'll help with
Yes, Tomoe, what are you trying to do or asking?
I was going to ask is there, because I would like to learn Go at the Go school because of what's happened. Are there still any lessons that I could do, or can I go and help out there, tidy up?
You can go and help. Let's see. Do they have anything specific they want doing there? Roll 20. It's just general help. They're always ex-scholars to come along and help where there's problems. So you can find stuff to do around there. Inside rather than outside. It's not a day to be working outside.
Okay, so I'll go in and help out. I'm a member of the school.
You might be shoving a few buckets where a tile's got dislodged on the roof, but no, they're not sending anybody up there with this thunder and lightning around. Avoid high places.
So we're actually having a storm, aren't we?
Oh yes. It is literally a storm after an earth tremor. The priests, the temples are busy trying to sort out, what's going on.
The Kami of the waters are upset with them. That's what's wrong.
Possibly. The river is certainly choppy today. Okay, so the rest of the day passes, and the following day the sky's clear. Again, it's a cold day. You're going to be working in your winter garb, but there is a day of work for one of the merchants on the docks, and then the following day, Wanshu himself has got a job that you can do. So there's 2 days' work if you want to take that.
So on the second, we got 1 net copper from helping out Wanshu, right?
Yeah, you got those of you who helped out Wanshu got 1 net copper. The rest of you knock off a copper because you spent it on food.
Okay.
And how much extra copper do we make working these 2 days?
Right, if you're working those 2 days, that would be a net 5 copper each for those who decide to work those 2 days.
That's the 4th and 5th.
That's the 3rd and 4th.
3rd and 4th.
First day you rested, and then you went around to the Lucky Coin in the evening. Second day, you helped Wanshu around his shack, or you went and tidied up the Go school or the temple. And then there's 2 days of work if you want it, for a net 5 copper for those 2 days.
Okay.
Am I able to learn anything at school if the
Nope.
days?
No, I'm afraid to learn anything, you need to take a week's training, and the
Okay.
training goes from. It takes 10 days.
Okay.
And
So I'll
the
go for
normal classes run from 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and so on. If you can manage to persuade a free teacher, then you might be able to get him to teach you on an off cycle, providing he's free for both of those weeks.
Okay.
But you would have to.
You still need a week, though. You can't learn anything in
Oh
half
yes,
a week.
you would have to take a week of training, but you would have to make your school status roll to persuade him to train you for those 2 weeks, because effectively he would be training you for part of the first week and part of the second week of the normal class cycle. Okay.
I shall do the 3rd and the 4th at the temple then, if they're still happy with that, rather than with one shoe. I've knocked off the copper for each day.
That's fine.
And assuming at this point we're hoping that Kosa might be arriving, assuming he's coming back, aren't we?
Well, if he's not arrived, if it doesn't arrive today on the 4th, I shall go to the house on the hill.
Tomorrow.
Sorry, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Well, he isn't back by nightfall on the 4th.
So we're going to
In
go.
that case,
And the last 2 days have been perfect travelling weather.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're talking about leaving to travel to the house on the rock on the 5th.
Yes,
well,
indeed.
The point is, we've not heard anything from him for over a week, so we're going over there to check that he's actually there and intact.
Or find his body.
I'll have none of that talk, thank you.
I know you're horrible, Dave.
Really?
I already owe you, Dave. I already owe you 1 punch on the nose. I can make it 2.
I thought it was a couple of slaps as well.
Well, you'll enjoy that.
I see. I shall have to bring out my inner martial artists to dodge them.
Get a room, guys. Come on.
Anyway, so on the 5th, you say a fond farewell to Wonshu, and you set out down the Saikaido.
Hold on, one shoot. Have you got anything you want to take in down the road?
He will have a check and see. Nope, sorry, not today.
Fair enough. I thought I'd ask.
Well, he's grateful for you thinking of him. It touches his heart that you consider his needs so well. He says, smiling. And you set off to the south. Actually, you get stopped at the gate. The city's closed today. There is a purification going on at the Shrine of War, and they are stopping all the people who would rush out there to sightsee and get in the way of the priests.
Oh, that's a blow. Well, I'll go back to One Shoes and doss around for the day then.
Okay. You get back to One Shoes, and he's in all of a pother. They've shut the city for some reason.
One Shoe, they're purifying the Shrine of War that's just outside the city, and they don't want us interfering with it.
Not bloody likely. I think that's just an excuse. I'm getting together with the other merchants, and we're going to try and find out the daimyo staff quite what's going on.
Can we come with you?
I mean, purifying the Shrine of War? I mean, what's made it impure? Anybody daring to cause problems there is likely to end up. They just kind of drag them out of the shrine's grounds and deal with them outside. I can't imagine anything would desecrate that shrine. No, there's something going on. He's deeply suspicious. So he disappears off.
Hold on, just a minute, Dave.
Yes?
Tomoe asked the question.
Oh, sorry, Tomoe. What were you asking?
I was going to ask can we help you investigate? Can we come with you?
So Well, you can if you want to stand in the background and look, upset and distressed. Yes, but I'm not sure you'd be any good. Well, we're just going to make the case to the daimyo's treasurer that he stopping all trade, etc., is going to hit his tax revenue, which we're hoping will make an impression.
Okay. If there's any investigation work or anything, if we can help, just please let us know.
Well, he thanks you for the offer, but this is merchant business.
Okay.
And I don't believe any of you are actually merchants at the moment.
Well, I'm merchant class, but
You're merchant class, yes.
I'm not active.
Yes, you're not active merchant. Right, fine. Okay,
I'm
well, he
telling
will
you this
disappear
now.
off. And... He comes back an hour later and says, yes, I do actually have something that needs taking south. And he hands you a pack with a small bag of rice in the bottom and a sheet of paper with a signature on it. Sorry, with a stamp on it. That should get you out of the gate.
And
Yeah.
where do you want us to deliver this rice?
Wherever you want. If it falls into your cooking pot one evening, then that wouldn't be a problem. No, there's some internal politics going on in the daimyo's staff, and so I've got you access out of the gate.
This is a get out of city free card.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
Okay, so if it's slightly later in the morning, it's probably about 10:30, but he's got you access out of the city. Okay.
Nice.
Do you wish to set out?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, yes,
I think
indeed.
Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 3.5 rai of your daily movement. Because you're late setting out, you're probably down to about 5.5 rai. So you've got 2 rai left if you want to travel on past Connor. 2 rai would get you to there if you wish. Or you can stay the night in Connor and make your way to the House of the Rock tomorrow.
I suggest we stay in Connor. I
Yeah.
don't want to come anywhere near that accursed hill if I can avoid it.
Oh really? You're so scared, man.
Yeah. Stay in Connor.
Well, I would point out, Kyūryū, that the spirits affected you so much that you accidentally killed someone. I'd have thought you'd be terrified of going.
No, this is true.
Yes, but we don't talk about that.
Exactly. I was about to say we don't talk about that, remember?
Yes, that was just a stirring in your conscience. Okay, so are you staying the night in Connor?
Yeah.
Yes, well, I'll explain to Tomoe that we've been to the hill of Daitakuga, and it wasn't a very pleasant experience, which is why we're going to go past it in the daylight, not at night.
okay.
When you have to.
Thanks for letting me know.
There are evil spirits there that do strange things to people.
Okay.
Okay, you can give her more information as you're travelling.
We'll tell
Yes,
her about.
please.
Well, we will fill her in on what happened
Yeah, we'll tell her the story.
when the
so.
two armies fought,
Yes.
and how it appears to have poisoned the land and all that sort of rubbish. Sorry, that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to
And-
mention the pine trees?
Well,
Yeah,
of course.
we'll tell her
the reason
the
we
whole
were there
story.
we were to collect 50 pounds of pine needles.
Yeah, we'll
But
tell
do you
her
know
the
how
whole
many
story.
pine needles makes into a pound? Not a, sorry, a very large number.
Quite a lot, yeah. We'll tell her the whole story. I'm sure she's got up on YouTube already.
And I was going to ask, do we need to look out for anything as we make this journey to the House on the Rock?
Well, as we'll be on the other side of the river, we should be safe. But keep an eye out for spirits, ghosts, goblins, and anything else. that
Bakemono,
might-
yeah. All sorts of
Bakemono.
bad things.
Yeah.
Very good.
How much for the inn?
It's three copper each for the inn.
Okay.
And that includes food, right?
That includes your food.
Oh, I should also point out that I include Yanagi in this description because he wasn't with us when we did it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You tell the tale of the pine trees, each of which has the spirit of a samurai stuck inside.
Yeah, the haunted forest.
Yes.
Very good.
Are they pining to get out?
Oh, it's episode 8. I remember. It's
Thank
episode
you,
8.
Dave. You deserve a punch on the nose
If
too.
anybody wants to catch up and see that again, it's episode 8. I remembered.
Okie doke. So the 6th Kyūryū dawns, clear sky, fresh breeze from the west, down from the mountains and across the hills, bringing the scent of pine towards you.
Great.
So you cross the river, and then you make your way northwest up along the edge of the hills, and I get to roll to see if anything. And the birds are singing, the sun is shining. It's a glorious day, beautiful
Nice.
weather, and absolutely nothing happens. You make your way through the forest. You admire the trees in their winter plumage, and you reach the house on the rock. This is a traditional martial school. You all have seen the sensei, and you may well have trained under him because he visits the Kanawa estates and trains the garrison in martial arts. So although you are not members of the House on the Rock, you do know the sensei.
I am
sorry?
a member though.
You are actually a member because of your dad.
I grew up here.
Well, between there and Hanamishisu, yeah.
Yeah, but
And you present yourself at the gate. One of the students will acknowledge your presence and greet you. And does he recognize one of you? No, he's a new student. He does not recognize you, I'm afraid. Wouldn't you know? But they are, if nothing, polite, and will welcome you and inquire your business at the house. You look around for a leader of the party, and he's not there to answer
twofold.
the question.
We
it's
I've
twofold. We are looking for our friend Kinzo, Kosa, and also we're interested in the possibility of what training might be on offer for the next week or so.
Well, Kosa is actually in class at the moment. He is studying under... 1 second. So, he is studying under Master Sunaku.
Okay.
Who is teaching a class in Nunchakute this week. Are you... I'm afraid he'll be busy for the next few days while he completes his week of training, but are you looking to await him, or are you travelling back to the village to await him?
able to wait here for him, then yeah, we would be grateful to wait here for him. We're looking to train here next week anyway, so I mean.
Oh, very good. He is always glad to hear of those who are seeking knowledge from the sensei.
And if there's anything we can do around the school to help, like for the next couple of days before that we can get into class, and I just mean like if you need a hand with the gardens or any manual labour or anything, any damage from recent tremors, I'd be more than willing to help out.
Okay. He will take you along to the guest quarters, and offer you a room there. If you have food that you can contribute to the kitchens, then they can combine it in the meals.
Well, I'm a cook. I can help in the kitchen, actually.
Well, as it happens, we have this bag of rice which is surplus to our requirements.
Oh, that would be most helpful.
You're more than welcome back.
Fair enough. 10 pounds of rice is taken along to the kitchen.
I just noticed
That's a
how you
large
said
sack.
that because we'd forgot about it. That's clever.
It is a reasonably large sack, but he didn't think that a kind of a parcel of dried fish and rice would fly on the manifest that you were carrying. But it's not particularly expensive, and he could afford to give it to his friends to get them out of the city. Not that he wants you to feel obligated to him in any way, of course. But it's always good to have friends. Anyway, so you settle down in the guest quarters, and Kosa will kind of greet you that evening, and probably be surprised that you're there.
This assumes he's actually talking to us, of course.
I don't know. Kosa, are you talking to them?
Yes, I am.
Oh, of course, we've
Evening.
got great news. We
Evening,
have a new
ladies and
leader.
Evening,
Evening,
ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't expecting you here.
Well,
Yeah, well, you didn't send any message as to when you might be back, so we thought we'd come and find out if somebody had beaten you to a bloody pulp, as it were.
and you're not the only one
Well,
that wants a bit of
yeah.
martial training.
Yeah, I was expecting to take 2 weeks training, but I'm flattered that you came to search for me. It's very satisfying.
Well, we're here
I'm
to train us.
grateful as well.
We're here to train as well. If you're here for another week, then we plan to stay for a week
Well,
and do some
I'm
training.
finishing off the current week because I'm close to passing a certain goal.
I wonder what that might be.
That's the kata that I need to master. But yeah, let's sit down and enjoy some food and a drink.
Nice.
I'll buy some sake to drink. You can tell me what has happened in the last week or two.
Well, we'll tell them about the lockdown of the city for a start. How we got out with one shoot help. Yeah, they were
Yes.
cleaning the Shrine of War. Purifying the
Cleaning
Shrine
of
of War.
Who'd stained it? Or
Well, when we were coming out, Dave, did we see anybody did we see people at the Shrine of War doing things? Did we
No.
see any groups of soldiers or anything?
No.
Or
No?
sounds like it was just an excuse to keep people in the city for some reason.
Well, one shoot did mention it was something to do with internal clan politics of the book.
Yes, best to stay out of that, in my opinion.
Well, unless you want to be a book, of course.
Well, yeah, well, till you are, I suggest you stay out of it. What they're like. A bit temperamental.
Yes.
Anyway, enjoy a drink on me.
Thank you.
That's very kind of you.
thank you. What is it? It's a silver for a jug of sake, isn't it?
Have
No,
a look at the
what is
price
it?
list. I think.
What is it,
Hang
Dave?
on, it's probably going to be a bit more here because you're out in
Yes.
the wilds.
Yes, just let me know the cost.
So sake. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Where on earth did I put it? That's it. Okay, so are you getting a flask?
Enough for all of us, whatever that is.
Ah, well, that it is actually 1 silver for 2 people.
Well, better get 3 then, aren't we? If we're
Yep.
6 of us.
Well, I was
So-
gonna buy some as well. So, let's get 2 each.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You might do better to buy a keg.
Or what's it? How many people does a keg do then? We might just get
A keg does 20 cups. A flask does
Sorry.
2 cups.
Let's
I'll
get
pay
a
for a
keg.
cake. How much is a cake?
A gold.
Okay.
Right, I'll go halfers with you, 6 silver each, yeah?
That's very kind, Kyūryū.
It's good to see you, Matt. It's good to see you. I missed you. Let's have a good drink tonight.
Yeah, not too much. I'm training tomorrow.
So you think.
And I'm restrained. I'm dedicated.
There you go, we buy a keg of sake.
Yes. Fair enough.
So that, um, 6 silver, isn't it? Basically, yes.
6 each for me and you, yeah.
I'm not going to drink too much.
I am. I'm not training tomorrow.
It's up to you.
Well, that's up to you.
And I'll be getting up early, joining the class. So if I wake you up with a bad hangover, that's no problem.
I'm a Budoka. I
What?
I get up at 3 in the morning and train, even on the worst hangover. Doesn't bother. Hangovers are not a thing for a man of my fitness level.
You don't want to train with a hangover, believe me.
I'm 19 years old. Hangovers don't
You
exist.
don't want to train with a hangover.
I'm
believe me.
19. There's no such thing as a hangover.
What day are we on, Dave? Day is it?
Sorry,
6th,
they
I
have
think.
just arrived on the 6th.
Okay, so we've got another 4 days yet. I'm finished. Well, I suggest you guys, if you guys are interested in training, I suggest you check out what's available next week.
Yep. We can do that tomorrow. Tonight we drink.
Oh yeah, what I mean, do it in the morning. Do it in the morning when your hangover's won over. You're not
Okey-doke.
full of yourself by staggering around.
Unfortunately, there are no scheduled classes next week. There are 4 of the teachers are busy. The teacher who's training you, Sunaku, is free, as is Onaka, the teacher who trained you the previous week. Okay, so if you wish, I can rapidly run through to the end of the week. Everybody happy with that?
What's the situation while we stay here? Do we just help them out and get fed so there's no negative or positive for money and food? Or what?
Basically, you are expected to contribute your food. They will put you up because you are a friend to a student and you're waiting for him to finish, and you have said you wish to train.
Yeah, so we'll take the days off food from our inventory this time, yeah?
Yeah, so knock a copper a day off for food.
Oh, we can do it as a copper a day, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the simplest.
Yeah, okay.
So can I just check? So there's no classes that we can do, and so we're kind of fast forwarding a week.
Well, let me
Half a
just
week.
check and
No,
see.
we're still got half a week until the start of that one, where we could try and convince
Well,
people to do a class.
there are 2 teachers who are not doing anything this week that you could try and persuade to start training you. However, since both of them... Hang on a second. Let's get this right.
And
No,
this,
I've got
this
that
is
wrong.
for the rest of
One
this is the
second.
rest of this week.
No, we can't do anything training-wise the rest of this week. We can't start training until next week.
You can't join classes this week.
Yeah.
However, there is a teacher who is free this week that you could try and persuade to teach a class starting today. But since he was expecting to be busy next week, it would take quite a bit to get him to do it.
Means convincing them for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So that would be the roll twice, would it, Dave?
No, you'd have to make one roll, but effectively you're trying to get him to commit 2 weeks,
So just
one
make
of
it a
which
more
he'd already
difficult
got
roll.
plans for. So you're trying to get him to drop whatever he was going to do. So
It's
the roll would be rather difficult.
Right. What would people like to train other than, well, including Kosa next week?
Temiwaza, Jujutsu, Shuriken Jutsu.
Right. It's really down to Tomoe and Asakura as to what they want to do.
Well, for us, it would be we've got Kenjutsu, and I've got Kyūryū and Naginata Jutsu. Kanto
Tell us
Jutsu.
what is actually planned for next week now.
Next
Nothing.
week, unfortunately, there are no
Nothing.
planned classes.
That's what I mean. So
Four of the teachers are busy. 2 are free. The teacher who's teaching you this week, Sunaku, is free. So he could be persuaded to run a class for you all. Onaka, the teacher who taught you last week, is also free. Now, as far as what skills are available at the school in general, most of the Budoka, well, all the Budoka bonus skills are available. And Tonfate is also available.
What's ton for
Anything for the Bushi?
Not really. Massage is Sunaku is also could also teach massage, but
What do the Budoka fancy doing then?
Well, just chuck another thought in there. Is depending on how long we wanted to remain, the other thought would be whether to do a month if they were up for it, because that would allow both Asakura and Tomoe to do some just straight physical training. If there was, whether they wanted to get faster or stronger or whatever.
That's what I was going to say. So if I can't, there's not really anything there for us. So could we do exercise?
Yeah, that's
A
right. You
month
can
of
just
speed
train. You
training.
can train strength or train speed, can't you?
Yeah,
Speed
so
would
I'd
make a
like
difference. It would add the secondary action.
And is that a month's training you have to do for that?
you have
You
to
do.
do 3 weeks continuous training. You can do that. It doesn't require class. Basically, you train at the school for that time, and you're joining the physical education classes of all the students.
Using the equipment, exercising
Using
with
their
instructors. Yeah.
And how much would that cost, Dave?
They would charge you 2 silver a week for that.
So 6 silver for the month.
Yes.
Half a gold.
As a player, I would suggest that Tomoe and Asakura take that, because that's a good deal.
Well, we've
I
just
would like
spent
to do
that on sake for one night, so yeah, it seems pretty good value.
Yeah, I would definitely do that because I'd like to improve my speed. So that's why I was thinking. I don't think that it's worthwhile me doing any of the other classes. So yeah, I'd be happy to do that, guys. If you'd be okay to stay for that long.
Yeah, well, assuming that the 2 Bushi are doing the month or 3 weeks, then what do the rest of us Budoka want to do for 3 weeks?
Well, I suggest we do a month as well.
Yeah, and do whatever's
Yeah,
going.
but I mean, what do you want to do for that month?
Are we going to do the same thing for 3 weeks, or are we going to do a week of Atemiwaza, a week of something else, a week of something else? Like, I think we should definitely do some Atemiwaza.
Well, whatever
all
we
benefit
do, we
from
want
that.
to agree, try and agree it, then it'll work out.
Makes the role easier, yeah.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, if we do a month's of Temi Wars, I think that would be good for all of us.
Yeah.
Be good for me.
That's okay with me.
Also, so okay, I'll be happy to do that. But can we check if there's any Shuriken Jutsu going? I would swap out any of my weeks for that.
Hang on a second. Let me just double check that.
Because I would swap out any weeks that's going, I would take that. And other weeks I would do a Temiwaza.
Okay, so next week there were no classes planned, so you would have to.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking
You'd have
about
to
doing
persuade someone.
Just try-
Hang on. The following week, Sashimi is teaching a class. He's a master of Atemiwaza. And the third week, Sensei Watashi himself is teaching Atemiwaza. And he is also a master.
that. So for week 2 and week 3, we don't have to convince somebody to do it. For week 1,
Correct.
we do.
For week 1, you would have to convince somebody to teach a
Right.
class in Atemiwaza.
I suggest we try and convince Master Snaku to carry on.
Yeah.
Snaku, whatever his name is. One who's
Snaku.
teaching me now. Snaku,
Yes.
teaching now to do another week with more students. That sound
Okay.
reasonable?
If you can persuade him, then that's 3 weeks of Temiwaza available, all from masters, and all with teaching scrolls available up to 71.
In the 3 weeks, is there any Shuriken Jutsu being taught?
No.
Okay, I'll just go 3 weeks to Demiwaza then.
Well, providing you can persuade Master Sunaku to continue
Yeah,
teaching.
provided we can. So that's
Yep.
Kyūryū and Kinzo. What about Yanagi? What do you want to do?
Tell me what I want to do.
You okay with the
Nice.
rest of us? All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
that 3 of us all looking, which should help.
Yeah,
That will
that
help,
gives us
certainly.
+3 on the roll, doesn't it?
Sounds like a plan. So
Yeah.
Okay, so who's got the highest status at the school?
Has anyone got any status at school? Kosa only, I
what's
think.
yours, Yanagi? Have you got any status, Yanagi?
Yes, I have.
What
I'm
was
just
it?
having a look. I've not got any earned status. It's just the straight 10, unless anything is different than that for my background, Dave.
Let me just check something. Yes, you actually had 5 as a matter of. I should have given you 5 for your birth. So,
Right.
so that gives you 5 earned status.
I suggest
What's the
Uh,
multiplier?
The multiplier for the house on the rock is.
I've got 0.35 down on mine, which
Yeah,
you must
what I
have put in because I didn't put in. So
Yes,
yeah, I didn't put
exactly.
in. I suggest Yanagi.
But that is for your global status.
Yeah.
Your group status is currently 15, as opposed to Kosa, whose group status is currently 11. So your status BCS is 3, Yanagi, as opposed to Kosa's 2.
Yeah, I suggest because me and Yanagi both do it with Yanagi leading.
Okay. Well, given that the teacher is free this week, basically you've got to persuade him to teach. So you need to give an effect number on the skill to be taught to prove it's not a waste of time. +1 per pupil, -3 because you're persuading the teacher to give up his free time, +1 per silver. So at the present moment, because there's 3 of you wanting a Temiwaza, correct?
Four of us.
Then that's +3 for that.
Yeah, 4.
-3 for the
It's
teacher.
actually 4 of us, Dave.
4
Oh, there's 4 of you. So you get so you are currently +1, plus an effect number on the skill to be taught from whoever's seeking the training,
I think we
+1 per
Kosa
silver
to do
piece.
Should we put in a silver each?
So if Yanagi is asking, then effectively you need to make a BCS roll, and you get
How good are
plus
you,
the effect number.
Yanagi? How good are you, Yanagi? Tell me whether.
No, good.
58.
Perhaps. You...
Yeah, I can read with the status, but not with the skill.
Kosa
Yeah.
is 79.5, so
I'm
he's.
Yes,
sorry.
That's why I suggested I come with you, so I can demonstrate. If that's allowed.
Well, no, it's the person who is making the request, which would be Yanagi.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if you make the request, you'll be using your status, which is 1 less, but you're making your BCS roll at
Which is 20 or higher.
5 higher, because you were also 2nd level as opposed to his 1st level.
Much better for him to do it.
So it's best for Kosa to make the request.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if everybody happy to chuck in a silver?
Silver each.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I should chuck in 3, Dave.
okie
Oh.
doke.
3.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So that's a net +6 for that.
Well, I'll
Splash
chuck
it.
in.
Plus, sorry, are you chucking in more?
I'll chuck in 2.
We're splashing the
that's-
money today, boys, eh?
So that's +7. +1 for pupils and teachers is +8. Plus an effect number on the skill. And then your status roll. So, can you demonstrate your skill to the censor, to the teacher, please, Kosa?
Okay.
18.
18.
Oh, come on.
I can do it
Don't
better
worry.
than that.
We paid a lot of money this, but
So
this-
that's
Only
only a
failed by
-1.
one.
Okay,
Only
so that's
-1.
-1.
Oh,
You're just proving that you need the tuition.
yeah.
making a
There is
deliberate
so much he
mistake.
still doesn't know.
making a deliberate mistake.
Okie doke.
Actually, Dave.
Yeah?
Given that I'm on 79.5, I might be on 18 by now. Given I'm halfway through the week.
If you'd waited until the end of the week.
Yeah, you'd have the higher roll.
Oh dear. Okay, so and we said it's 8 silver, so that's +9. -1 is +8. So you have a status BCS of 2. Plus, so it's a straight 2, and then +8. So you need to roll 10 or less.
Yes. See how we get on. Ooh, just missed it again.
While he appreciates your dedication, sadly he has plans for this next week.
Sorry, guys.
Mhm.
He's a tough man to please.
There is another teacher who is free next week, and that is Onaka. But his skill is only 80.
Now, if his skill's 80, can he still teach me if mine's is 78.5? As long as he's
Yes.
higher, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, he won't be able to teach Kosa.
No, not by the end of the week.
And 80 is actually his highest skill. So, given that you didn't manage to persuade Sanaku to give up his his free week for training you in Atemiwaza, you won't be able to persuade him to teach you anything else. Now, the only other option would be to try and persuade somebody who's busy to train you, and that is even more difficult.
Even more difficult, yeah.
Yes.
But
No,
you can't roll like crap every time.
as far as Koza's concerned, he'll settle for the 2 weeks he's got, and he'll.
Would it be allowable under the school rules for me to teach some of these other guys in my group?
You're requesting permission to use the school facilities to teach them.
Yes.
Well, you will have to request that of the sensei.
Mhm.
And you will have to make a status BCS against the school to persuade the sensei. So as far as that is concerned, let's see what the school's general view of you is. You can attempt to persuade the sensei. You can demonstrate your skill. So it's basically status BCS plus an effect number minus another number plus any gifts. And I'm not telling you what that other number is.
Okay. Well, I will go for the effect numbers on my skill for a start.
Okay. Well, no. Before you do that,
Hmm.
before you roll, are you making any gifts to the sensei?
Doesn't need to.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
So I'm spent enough already.
Okay. So in that case, you've rolled a 3, so that's 14 effect numbers. So given your current status in the school is 2, then that's 16 or less a number. So
Right.
roll your status BCS to persuade him to let you use the school facilities. No.
That's a crap number today. Well, I'm afraid you'll have to go with whatever you can get, guys, that week. Do my best.
At least you're getting these rolls out of the way when we're not like in a fight or something, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm afraid you will finish your week of training, Kosa, and then various members of the team, like Tomoe, are starting a month's training in an attribute, and the rest of you are spending a week waiting for the Atemiwaza classes that are coming up. Okay?
Well, we have an alternative.
Which is,
Right,
you
yeah.
can decide to leave, yes.
Well, I know something else. If we are welcome to, if we pay our way to stay during the week while we're waiting for Tomoe and our next training to follow, There's nothing to stop us from wandering outside the school, sitting on a rock, and I can teach you all hiragana if you'd like. For a week.
What's hiragana?
It's script. It's if you think of the three types of script.
So katakana, hiragana,
is
and
block
kanji,
capitals.
yeah.
Hiragana is joined up writing,
Yeah.
and kanji is the symbolic script. Okay.
We don't have to have permission to teach it if we're not in the school.
Correct, because you're not using
True.
school
Only
facilities.
if we don't need the school facilities for basic Atemiwaza, what's to stop Kosa from teaching us that in the woods and then us coming back each day to be here in the evening?
That's true.
Correct. You
Kosa
could
can
get
teach
Kosa to
us
teach
for
you.
a week outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll grab me to spend some time outside teaching you guys. You may not be able to teach some of you very much because some of you were not far behind me, but
And then do we just have to like help out at the school with labour and stuff for our keep?
that's what I'm going to do.
Wash up for our dinner.
Yeah.
Well, if you're helping out, then at the present moment, given that some members of your group are training there or will be in physical exercise, the rest of you, without stretching your welcome, can stay there, providing effectively you pay for your food.
Okay, so we just need to pay
If you choose to go out and sit out in the cold and the wet and the damp on a rock outside, and or dance around a clearing, learning a Temiwaza from one of your number, then you can. Okay.
Or
Okay.
we could sit in our guest rooms and Yanagi
warm.
hiragana.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
I'd rather do the week of Atemiwaza outside.
Okay. So that week, Kosa, you are training in a Temiwaza under Sunaku.
Yep.
He's higher level than you. He's not 6th level, but he is a master. Bonus for a student, yes. Sadly, do you speak hiragana? Sorry, do you read hiragana?
no.
In that case, there isn't a usable Torimono. Their katakana Torimono only goes up to 71. So that would gain you 4 onto your learning rate at a cost of 5 silver.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Six
because you're only
more.
60.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So three then.
3. Which I believe gets you
Which means
over
BCS.
a BCS, which gives you 0.1 in a physical.
Give me a BCS.
You just hit
Okay.
BCS 17.
BCS has just got up to 18.
18.
His base BCS is 16, plus his level 2.
Oh yeah,
goes
he's
up
level
to
2,
18.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
There's a couple of
Right.
goblins to kill Dave. I want to get level 2.
Wait, if you're unlucky, they might attack us while we're training out in the woods.
Well, yeah.
There is that, yes.
It'd be good for the training.
Kosa would just stand back and say, "No, that's not how you do it. See, look, they've knocked you over."
Okay, so the next week, anybody who wants to train, I will do what best I can.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get this right. Sorry, I'm just running this to there. Okie doke. So that's 10 Shiwasu, 11 Shiwasu. Oh, ye gods! It was down to 0 last night. It only gets up to 3 today. So you are who's going out with Kosa to start training outside? Okay, so who's training for the week?
Yanagi.
I'm going to help round the school.
Okay.
So that was the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. I need to take a copper off per day. Okay, 5.
Okay, so you're just training Kyūryū and Yanagi, is that right?
Sounds like it.
Good.
Thought I was going to get one-on-one training there. Personal training.
Well,
Private
yeah,
tuition,
I'm
they
not
call
sure-
it, don't they?
I'm not sure how much I can teach Kyūryū, but I can do a bit.
I mean, you're only a
Right.
ball here better than me, but yeah.
Right, I'm going to have to double check training because I've written it up for the schools, but given that you're not a trained teacher, so the learning bonuses that you would get. So
It's level 2, so that's superior to
you
our
get
own.
one for his level.
Yeah.
He's not 6th level, he's not mastered it, it's not in a school, it's a bonus skill, so that's another +1, so that's +2 on your learning rate. And then you have a -1 if you've got a hindrance. And luckily, your learning rate is 2 times 2, so Kosa could teach 4.
Yeah.
But he's actually just teaching the 1. So you can basically give them +2 on their learning rate, Kosa.
Okay.
Okie doke. So
They take that jumps me.
1 second.
Mm.
Because you are trading out in the open, in the forest, outside the bounds of the school. Because it's outside the walls, but it's also outside the environ of the school, so you have to just travel off into the forest a little bit. So, let me... Okay. Let's go back. So. First day. Who's actually wandered out into the woods?
Kosa and Yanagi, I think.
That's right.
Okie doke. Could I have a D20 roll from you, please, Kosa?
Okay. Hang on. 19 again. They're crapping on me again.
Jeez.
Well, 20 is not your friend today.
It's
In
not
that
indeed.
case, can I have a D20 roll from each of the people wandering out into...
A big one.
Yay!
Hey, well done.
Okay, and Kosa, another D20 roll from you.
Another D20.
Oh, Doc's joined us. Is that
It's a
yeah,
bit better.
Yes, hello.
Evening, mate.
Oh, hello! Right, just to bring you up to speed, what happened was you stayed in Nobioka for 4 days, and then you travelled to the House of the Rock to find out whether Kosa had snuffed it or whether he was still there. And you reached the House on the Rock, and some of the party have decided to stay and get training in Atemiwaza. Some of them are taking a full month of physical training to train up one of their characteristics. So if you choose to spend a month of training a physical characteristic, it will only set you back 6 silver.
How much would it increase a stat?
By 1. You get a full 1 point increase in a stat.
I'm doing speed in mine. 'Cause I'm quite
Also,
low.
we're now members of the Rat Gang.
Oh yes, you are also members of the Rat Gang. If you look at your character sheet, you were taken out for a meal by Bushido, who inquired as to whether or not you were interested in standing in as what's the best description? Muscle in the ongoing war, and they've agreed to pay you. They're paying you 1 silver per month as a stand-in fee, and if you are actually used as muscle, they will reward you appropriately. Okay, so if you look at your sheet, you'll see that you now have Rat Gang as a group of which you are a member. You have already acquired 5 earned status, so you already have that, and I've added a silver to your character sheet. Okay. You have travelled to the house on the rock, which is there. You travelled to Connor. Kinzo spent the evening in the inn in Connor, telling you and Tomoe all about their adventures at the Hill of Daitakuga, and expressed a personal interest in staying well away from it. So you crossed the bridge over the river and then travelled up to the house on the rock the following day. Beautiful weather, sun was shining, no problems whatsoever. So what do you wish to do for the next month?
First of all, if I don't do physical training, what other training do they do here?
Sadly, it's martial arts training. They can train you. There might be somebody you can, but it's a martial arts school rather than a martial school. Another option would be for you to leave and travel to the Kanawa estate and just get training in the garrison there. Because if you remember, you always had the option to go and train in whatever the garrison were training in that week.
Okay. I think I'll stay the month then and do training there.
Okay. Right. So what has happened is that, sadly, despite Kosa's valiant effort to get the masters to teach Atemiwaza the following week, sadly he wasn't able to persuade them to do that, and he was unable to persuade the sensei to let him use the school facilities. It was a very close thing though, and so he has led 2 of the party out to train them out in the woods. He's going to teach them Atemiwaza. And we shall now return to the previous episode where Kyūryū has just tapped Kosa on the shoulder and said, "Boss," he's pointing through the undergrowth. "I think that's a bear."
I think we should retreat.
You retreat back, crossing the tracks that you failed to spot on the way.
Yeah, I'm having a good week, aren't I?
Well, you're thinking so much about the Atemiwaza. Okay, yes. So you then attempt to... You do find a spot which is bear-free, okay? So the first day passes relatively peacefully. That's what the 1 was. And let me just go to there and drag that to here. So, right. So that's day 1. Can I have a health roll from all 3 of you? Because in training, you have to doff your winter clothing. It's restrictive.
19.
It gets in the way.
Oh. Jeez, so Nick. Nick, what have you done to Roll20 to piss it off so badly?
I don't know. Oh god.
Oh dear. When you return to the school that night, I'm afraid. What's Yanagi's health? Let's just check
Probably
that.
not great. Probably.
15, my health. I've got to roll a
Yes,
6.
what's your health saving throw? 6.
6.
Kyūryū.
So it's not terrible, but
It's not terrible. Agreed. Kyūryū 8 and Kosa 9. Okay. Kyūryū and Kosa have developed the sniffles.
I'll give them a massage and get them warm at the end of the day.
It's probably because it was so cold out today. I mean, it didn't get above 3 degrees, at the height of the heat of the day.
So we need to up the intensity of the training.
Quite clearly.
Okay. Kosa and Kyūryū, can I have health saving throws for that night, please, to see whether you get over your sniffles? Yes?
A bit better. It's better.
12? Don't think so.
No, Kyūryū, you still have the sniffles the following day.
Yeah, I did offer the massage that evening if that would help to get their blood running to.
Well, you can try a massage, see if that helps.
Well,
Ooh.
Ooh, nice one.
Let me just check and see.
That nearly had a happy ending, that one.
Asakura.
I'm not touching you there.
No,
No, that's the roll of 1.
massage. That's 4 effect numbers on your massage. So, boom. No, sadly, he still has the sniffles.
Fair enough.
Nice try, thanks.
Worth the effort.
But he will, of course, fight through them the following
Oh
day.
yeah.
You go back
Well,
to your
tough it
little
out.
clearing.
Buff it out, you pussy. Come on.
Easy.
Okay. Let me just write that up. So I trained you avoiding the bear. Yes. Okay. So the following day is actually warmer. So can I have health saving throws for the 3 of you again, please?
On my days.
Yeah, I think
I assume Kosa's Kyūryū's going to be bedridden at this rate then.
Let's
Yes.
check
Like I get
Kyūryū's health
after all.
saving throw.
I'm not actually looking at the numbers they're rolling, you see. I'm trying to guess by what's going on.
Yes, Kyūryū, your sniffles have got worse. So you return back to the house on the rock.
Do I need to step it up with a full physician roll to get him sorted?
A physician roll would probably be helpful. So
Okay, I should go with that. I'm on BCS of 12, so
okay.
Oh,
there you go. Get on.
Okay, in that case, you get a health roll tonight at +5 on your effect number, Kyūryū. Try and get over this worsening sniffles.
so 3 minus 5 is minus 2.
Okay, so yes, you wake the following morning. Your running nose has just been reduced to a sniffle.
See? Easy.
Yes, well, it's obviously down to the Kosa's training to get the blood pulsing, etc., as well as Yanagi's physician skills. Right, you pop out again. Unfortunately, there's heavy cloud and showers, and it's colder. So can I have health saving throws from you again, please?
I think if we survive this week, we ought to get double points reward on our stats.
15
What
from
doesn't
me.
kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah, unfortunately, it might kill you.
What doesn't kill you doesn't kill you, that's what I always say.
Okay, so
What a fine end for the episode it would be 3 of them dying of cold.
Dying of the flu.
Three frozen
Heroes
bodies
and
found in the
Nippon.
woods.
Yeah, 3 frozen bodies found in the woods. What a way. Well, that'd be the most boring TPK ever. Froze to death of the cold. Hypothermia.
It's alright, we'd be survived by half the party.
Yeah,
Such a senseless waste of human life.
imagine. Imagine half a TPK to hypothermia. That'd be the worst.
Whose idea was it to train outside here anyway?
The senseis, I believe.
Absolutely.
And
It's a hard man. Sensei.
so, as far as that's concerned, this particular day, so Kyūryū failed by 7. Kosa failed by 2, and Yanagi failed by 7 as well. Yanagi has developed the sniffles, and Kyūryū has got a running nose again that night.
What day are we up to? Of the week?
This is the 3rd day.
Third day.
I think you 3 should stop doing that before you kill yourselves.
But it's epic.
I'm sorry,
okay.
training outside in midwinter
Bare chested.
is not really a good thing to do, but yeah, kudos to you. You're trying. So, anybody doing physician roles that night?
Physician or massage, whichever's appropriate.
I think physician is more appropriate in your professional viewpoint.
Yay!
And who was that on?
Well, I can't do myself.
I know. Who was
Yeah.
that on?
Well, I've been doing
I'm
Kyūryū.
not ill.
Oh, so
I'm not
you've
ill.
done,
He's the only one
done
that built.
Kyūryū.
Yeah.
Right, Kyūryū. I'm afraid that his skills have no effect on you. Are you doing it on Kosa as well?
Don't need it.
He didn't need it. He was saying he was alright.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, true. Okay, fine. That's true. Yes, it's Yanagi who's got the sniffles, and Kyūryū
I'm
has the
less than
running
total.
nose.
I have less than total confidence in the physician.
Hey, how good's your physician?
I'm not saying I wouldn't go to you. I'm just saying that when it becomes necessary, I will call upon your services.
Okay,
Right.
in that case, would Kyūryū and Yanagi care to make health saving throws that night to see if they get any
I
better?
would like to make a health saving throw. That would be great.
A 9, right? Let's
I'm
look
not
at
sure my
sheet.
dice will agree with me, but
It's a matter of interest, Dave. If I get
Oh,
one
yeah.
off, can I have that?
Oh, my saving throw's 8. And I rolled a 9.
The local kami would get the Budo for the weather that it is inflicting on you. Yanagi, your sniffles clear up.
I missed it by
Kyūryū, you
1.
still have a running nose.
so just at the end of that day, I'm just curious. Doesn't Kinzo know a certain amount of Shinten? Is there anything he could do to the area we're training in and just walk round and make an offering?
I mean, give up his
Tell me the
physical
place.
training for the month.
I think it's more likely he'll just say, "Don't go outside, you idiots."
He's
Well,
already
yes,
said,
good.
"Don't go outside, you idiots."
Oh, wise man wouldn't say.
Unfortunately, the Kami cannot protect men from their own stupidity.
Yes.
Okay, you get up the following day.
Hmm.
You remember the weather you had yesterday? It's very, very similar. Similar sort of temperature, heavy misty drizzle.
As a matter of interest, Dave, do I get
Yeah.
a chance to watch the 2 Bushi actually doing their physical training?
Yes, they are indeed doing physical training, and they are being they are using the gymnasium, etc., and the tools and training equipment in the school.
And what do they appear to be training in?
I believe Tomoe is training her speed, and what's Asakura training in?
It has to be a physical skill, right?
A physical attribute, yes.
Yes. I think I'll do speed as well.
Okie doke.
So they're both doing sprints and shuttle runs and other such like incredibly
Yes.
boring stuff.
Deep test.
Afraid so. But you can
Well, at
already see an improvement, probably because it's nice and warm in there.
Oh, it's also nice and warm in here. So.
Okay, so I believe back on in the let me just check something. Right. Okay. So back outside. Can I have a 20-sided dice roll for Kosa, please?
14.
Okay. And then can I have health saving throws from you all, please?
Yeah, that about sums it up.
Nope.
Yep.
Oh my days.
Yanagi,
All the
You-
best
you-
will in the world, there endeth the training.
you thought you'd got over the sniffles last night, Yanagi, but you've got a running nose.
Yeah.
And Kyūryū's running nose has turned into a fever.
And we need to be fit for next week, so
You guys had enough.
Are we giving up?
I think it's a case of 5 days of hard-headedness now leading to some common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, knock it on the head then.
I think that was the problem in the first place.
Just what were you three thinking of when you went out there like that?
Pushing ourselves, testing ourselves against the elements.
You sure
Training
are.
ourselves.
And you have
I did
been.
my best. I did my best, but they can't stand up to it. You said today.
Okay, that night. Kyūryū is definitely going to need physicianing. He's developing a
Hey.
fever.
Position for Kyūryū then. Incoming roll. 4 effect numbers.
Okie doke. That is successful. So therefore, Kyūryū, you are back down to a sniffle. And as far as your running nose, Yanagi, how's your throw? No, you still have a running nose.
Yeah.
And
Is this the
in
15th
fact,
now?
you're,
Or the 14th?
you're starting to develop a fever yourself.
Alright, we'll have to seek out one of the physicians at the school then and pay for it.
Yanagi, I suggest you lie down and I'll go and get the physician to come to you.
Yeah, good idea, Kinzo.
Guys, I can't really help out, but I have written a haiku.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, right.
This is my,
hold on,
this is my
Tomoe.
contribution.
Do we actually want, gents? Do we actually want to hear this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get
Oh, you better believe I do.
Are you ready, guys? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
best.
Nose drips, cheeks turn red. Winter training brings sniffles. Endurance prevails.
Hey.
Yep,
Nice
I'll
one.
get the
Very
endurance.
And make a BCS roll on your poetry, please.
Yeah, this decides if it was good or not.
Which dice? It's not good. Which dice do I use for that?
You use roll a d20. You need to roll d20 underneath your BCS.
Okay. 10.
Okie doke. So that is -9 effect numbers. It was pretty bad. But then
We'll
I'm afraid half the people listening to it aren't really in the right state of mind to appreciate it, shall we say?
I will applaud
I
anyway.
thought it was great. I think it's the first poem I've ever featured in. So
Yeah, Kinzo
I can't really help out, so this is my.
Kyūryū
What
thought
were
it
you
was
saying
great,
at the
but
time?
he's spent 5 days having his head bashed about in the freezing cold, so he's not in the best frame of mind. You thought it was
legendary
superb.
heroic acts, and they will write songs about you and poetry. See, that's what it is.
Yeah.
We are now immortalised. We can go to our graves with a sniffle.
Okay, well, the school physician will attend, and by the end of the you are both up and physically fit.
And how much do I need to pay him? I will pay him.
He will charge you a silver each for 2 days, so that's 2 silver each.
Okay, done.
And he will shake his head over the foolishness of training in such weather.
What day are we on now then? The 16th?
Well, it'll be the end of the week. We'll take it to the end of the week. Okay.
So I need to remove a few more copper then.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got 5 days to go. I've only got 4 copper pieces left. So I'll take off 3 and 2 days food. That's what I can do.
Okay. Righty-ho. So that takes us through to the end of to 20 Shiwasu. And then I believe you gentle beings wish to join Atemiwaza classes, correct?
Yes, please.
Do indeed.
Yeah, please.
And I will go to the appropriate sheet. So
Is this
this
one
is
Master Sashimi, is it?
this is 3rd week in. Right. This is Sashimi is the teacher.
Well, gentlemen, did you learn something from your experience of the last week?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they're not as tough as me.
Yeah, I learned something. No numbers went up, but I learned something.
And what did you learn?
It's cold in the winter outside.
Cold
Kosa.
and wet. Don't
Okay,
forget
so
the
it's
wet.
pretty obvious I'm not as tough as you if you just take one look at me.
Are you going to mention the bear who was waiting for you to teach him, Kosa?
Yeah, I put it down to that serious illness I had earlier in the year. I think it's toughened me up.
Not sure I've called it an illness.
I'm calling it an illness.
Okay. And for the 3 of you who are getting training from Sashimi,
4 of us.
sorry, 4 of you.
Kinzo.
Of course.
Kinzo's joining it.
Kinzo is joining now that it's in the nice warm inside. Very good. In that case, if your skill is less than 71, there is a Torimono which can help your training. Okay. If you can use a Torimono, it'll be 5 bonus. If not, it's only 4 bonus to your learning rate.
You can use Torimono, but less than...
if your skill is less than 71.
So I can't use that.
4, 6, 3.
If you have...
So, Dave, 70.5 counts, does it?
Yes, it does indeed. Oh, that's definitely edging it there, but it does count. Okay. It gives you additional insight. Of course, if you're fully literate in hiragana, they have an almost mastery Torimono, but you aren't.
I am.
So,
I'm literate in hiragana.
in which case, it would help your skill up to 98.
Okay, that's useful to know.
So, if you can use the Torimono, then you will get 5 on your learning rate. If not, it's only 4. Halved if you're over 60.
Yep.
And that will cost you 5 silver each.
Right.
And if that has raised a BCS by 1,
Oh,
you
sorry.
also
So
get,
I've not done my add-in to my skill.
if your BCS went up by 1,
How much do
After-
I add to my permanent though? Sorry.
sorry,
Yours will be
yours,
Half.
because you already have 78.5, it'll
Don't
be
have the
4
Torimono.
plus your learning rate, which is
6.
2, so that's 6, halved,
3.
because you're over 61. So
I
that
got
will
to
put you up to
81.5.
81.5, which does put your BCS up by 1, so therefore you can add 0.1 onto a physical attribute.
Nice.
BCS has gone up by 2, so I put 0.2 on my strength.
I put 0.1 on my speed.
Well, I was at 58, so, you know.
Perfect. Well judged. Unfortunately, you're now over 60.
I am.
So, and you can all add 1 to your House on the Rock status. If you don't have House on the Rock status, add a new row.
I don't have any room to add a row, Dave.
I will add a new row for you.
Are we allowed to do that, Dave, as well?
Oh, yes. But you'll be adding 3 because you're having 3 weeks.
Okay. And that's the earned status one, yeah?
Yep.
And what was the multiplier again, please?
0.35.
Thank you.
Okie doke. So, has everybody added all that in?
So it's earned status is 1, multiple 0.35. Yeah?
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
Dave.
Jolly good. And for your second week, you are learning from the sensei himself. So,
Who is called? What's his name?
Sensei Watashi.
Watashi.
This is the first of what's the new month?
Sorry, this is one Mutsuki.
Oh wait. Didn't we start on one Matsuki? Isn't that 1 year?
Yes,
Yes,
this
we
is the you have spent a
Yay.
year in the game.
Yes.
Nice.
It's also the beginning of the month, so you should.
Yes,
So we get a silver as well. But
you
we'd have
get
to
a
go.
silver.
We'd have to go and collect it though.
Just add it to your
Just add
sheet.
it. Okay.
Otherwise, it'll get confusing.
Okay.
So everybody add a silver to your sheet.
And what's the name of the trainer that we're getting this week, Master?
This is Sensei Watashi,
Sensei
the master of the
Watashi.
school.
Sensei Watashi.
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 Yes. Okie doke.
1 year in game, guys. Huh?
Correct. Jolly good. I suppose I better tell you how much you get for it. If you can use a Torimono, and I'm not sure many of you can. I think it's only Yanagi can use a Torimono.
Only Yanagi, yeah. Great
Okay.
ones.
Okay, so Yanagi gets 6 plus his learning rate. Everybody else gets 5 plus their learning rate.
It's about halved because I'm over 60, right?
Halved because you're over 60.
So 3.5.
So you may or may not get
I got a BCS, so that's another +1 on a.
another 0.1.
Oh yes, 22.8 on the speed now, boys.
And another BCS for me too.
Nice. I've got final BCS at 18 on Timmy Waza now.
Nice.
How much did it cost, Dave?
And that cost you 6 silver.
Okay. Can I pay a gold and get 6 silver back?
Yes. They're not merchants, you know.
Can I trade out a silver for 15 copper while I'm at it then?
Yes, they will give you your change in silver and copper.
Thank you. Just replenishes my coins a little bit.
Increases your weight to carry it as well.
Yeah, but I was down to 28 because I dropped a couple of days' food, so I'm all good. 28.3.
Okie doke.
Oh.
And this week, you can all add 2 points to your status at the school for having trained with the sensei.
whilst I'm just doing PE in the background. My plimsolls.
Yeah, but that point of speed's going to come in really handy for you. It's going to give you that additional action.
I'm really happy that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But I just find it funny you guys are doing all this training and then there's just...
You're just doing jumping jacks and shuttle runs in the background.
Okay, let me just update the sheet with so it's sashimi and watashi.
One of the things we need to discuss during this last week of the training is working out what we're going to do next, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Indeed. Let's.
But weren't we talking about going to a different prefecture?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Different
Yeah.
province.
Well, I personally don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else want to state their opinion?
I want to hear the reason for that.
Everything
For going
I
or
need is in
saying?
everything I need is in this area.
Okay.
And I'm trying to build up some status in the organisations here.
Yeah.
If I move away, I'll have to start from scratch again.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, before we finish, Asakura and Tomoe, you increase your that physical characteristic by 1. It costs you 6 silver, and you gain 3 status in the house on the rock, unless you've already got it.
And is that 6 silver each?
Yes.
Okay. And the House on the Rock own status went up as well.
Yes. Well, it's there. It's been added as 3. You've got your own state because this is the first state.
Yes. Okay.
And Asakura's already added his.
Yes.
Okie doke. And we are into. We've just finished 10 Mutsuki.
Okay, so who is interested in staying in this area and who's interested in going elsewhere? Can we have everybody shout up what they're...
Yeah, Asakura is interested in leaving.
I mean, your reason for staying was solid, though. It's like, I'm kind of convinced by that, to be honest. But also, I've always been keen to explore. I'm on the fence just now. Let's hear everyone else.
Asakura is in favour of going somewhere. I'm in favour of staying. Kyūryū's on the fence. Everybody else?
Staying for me. I've got plenty to do in this area, yeah.
Okay.
I'm still new to the party, so I'm still getting my bearings. So I'm happy to go with the majority to stay with the party.
So you're on the fence as well.
Yeah, I think so.
What about Kinzo?
Well, it was suggested that we go to Kumamoto to visit Tomoe's sisters, or at least so Tomoe can visit her sister. However, I have responsibilities here, which I'm loath to leave, because I'm not sure that if I do leave, I'll get back in time to fulfill them. So I'm going to have to say I'm staying. I'm prepared to leave the area on a short-term basis, if we were to go to another city.
Now,
but other than that, I'm staying.
When you say you've got responsibilities, is that a date with a well?
It's a date with the Kami of the well, yes.
Yeah. Thought, yeah. Just checking. How many months away from that are we? About 9, right?
That's a way off, yeah.
9,
It's
10.
like 9 or 10, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how long it's going to take us to get to Kumamoto and back.
So we could travel, but not too far. Yeah.
Well, there's no. So originally, I was going to see my sister, see if we could get some help from my mother, but because that was resolved, I'm not in as big of a rush to head that way. Although that's something that I would like to do if we're in the area. There's also the matter of my stepbrother, who wasn't there when we kind of looked through the Tanaka estate. So he's kind of, maybe would like some revenge. If he was in still nearby in Hanami Shotu. So I'm not in a rush really to get off. There's still some unfinished bits.
sorry, Tomoe. I should also point out that we've just undertaken to help Ishido and the Rat Gang with the Rabbit Gang. So we really ought to stay around for that
And
until we're released on that contract.
I think there's going to be trouble with that soon as well.
So I think we'd stay where we are.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just yeah. As Asakura, I was thinking that we could leave since.
No, I'm quite happy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking of leaving only because it feels like we've been a bit back and forth here. I mean, we are now with like the Riot Gang, for example, but I don't feel like we're really that close with anybody else. And I could say it's just because of me, because I'm, the kind of fighter that I am. But I mean, it feels like other people have more access to weapons than I do, and obviously that's, this is how it is with other illegal groups and stuff like that, bandits and so on. Obviously, they will be arming themselves because they don't care about the law. But
yeah, and you're thinking you can't be as well armed here as you could be in other provinces that don't have as strict weapon laws, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm still on the fence because I love the idea of exploring as well.
Because that could also mean that Tomoe could use her bow and I could use my bow and everything.
Totally still on the fence.
Yes,
I do like both ideas. How about just a little jaunt into the next province over then? A wee road
For what
trip.
purpose? I'm not objecting to taking a trip out and coming back, but it's got to have a reason.
I mean, we could ask around if there's anything that they'd like to do in another province. I mean, we can't be the only ones.
I mean, some merchant
Just for a
might
jolly.
need some goods transported or something. Yeah, we could maybe get a transport
but
job for a reason to go.
Or if there's
Yeah,
any
well, yeah.
rumours, or if we speak to anybody. We talked before, didn't we, about and I'd like to see these. I haven't seen the Obakemono, so I don't know if there's anything that we can do or any rumours, ghost stories, or something that we could investigate. I'm kind of intrigued, as I wasn't involved in the samurais in the pine tree.
See, now Tomoe is talking Kyūryū's language. Kyūryū wants to do that.
That's what I was just thinking. So I'm kind of intrigued because I haven't had that experience, and I think now that the situation with my mother's kind of resolved a bit, I'm now wanting to kind of see what it means to be strong, and what it means to kind of master a weapon, and see what opponents I could fight. Kind of learning from you guys.
We could find out if there's any areas that have been troubled with monsters or anything.
Well,
Well,
I suggest our best bet is to return to Nobioka and ask one shoe to ask around.
Yeah, and we have committed ourselves to at least for the moment, to the Rat Gang, sort of.
Yeah, there'll be fights there. I can almost guarantee it.
I think you'll get plenty of action there. The Yakuza war, as it were.
And I mean, Tomoe, if you wanted to spar, you can always spar with me as well.
Yes,
Since,
yeah.
I think.
I'm kind of feeling a little bit rusty on. I haven't practiced my kenjutsu for a little while, so I'd be happy to do some sparring.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so you're going to travel back to Nobioka to begin with?
Yeah, well, the point about that, Dave, is that's where our major source of information is.
Yes, right.
That's who we want to see. So this is the 11th, right?
Okay.
We also need to think that in there is we took Ishido money and then departed the city for a month and have been incommunicado effectively. So we may or may not get the best reception on return.
Yeah, with the rat gangs, as they are the kind of group they are, depending on what we're doing, they might even be able to actually supply like a wakasashi or something like that for myself and maybe for Tomoe as well, if for a specific mission.
Yes, yeah.
Well, if you have a look at the loot list, stored in Monshu's hut is an average wakizashi.
Yeah, just thinking that it's difficult for me and Tomoe, I believe, to smuggle things in. It's easier for them who have more connections.
Exactly. In actual fact, your good quality Yari is from memory.
Might be. Are you talking about me or are you talking about Tomoe?
Sorry, this is Asakura.
Yeah. Okay. I
Because
don't.
if you remember, you inherited a good quality Yari.
Wakasashi. Or yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. The Yari. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got a normal quality Yari in Lord Kosa's armor, but there's a good quality Yari in the armory in Nobioka, i.e. Wonshu's shack.
She's shit.
Yeah. It's just it might be harder to smuggle a Yari as compared to Wakasashi.
It's rather difficult to hide.
Yeah. And I don't think you've got any remaining in the loot list.
No, we had a sale.
Yes. Very well. So you are going to take a trip back to Nobioka. As a matter of interest, are you going back to the clearing you found on the first day, Kosa, on the way?
Why not?
Okay.
It's kind of not too far off the route. We might as well.
Right, so can I have a tracking roll to see whether or not you can retrace your steps?
Yep, let me just try and get back to roll 20. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I'm on 8, aren't I? Or 9 or something like that.
I think it's 6. So you can't find the clearing that you were in on the first day.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter. Because it finds you.
That's me.
Oh, is this the bear you guys were telling us about?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yogi's followed us.
But there's 6 of us now. We could maybe take a bear.
Yeah, but you want to stand in front of a bear?
I don't know, like, you guys know the mechanics of the game and I don't. I don't know if a bear's like a level 20 red dragon or whatever. You do.
Okay, well, what do you wish to do? You have actually come across a bear. It's over there. What do you lot wish to do?
Let's keep quiet and move around it.
Yeah, is it possible for us to move out into a more cleared space, or is it all woods?
It's a footpath through the woods, so it's basically woods.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so it might be difficult to use a spear.
Yes. You're going to hit at least 1, possibly 2 trees and certainly branches, so it's going to give you minuses. So the sensible thing would probably be to try and avoid it.
Yeah, circle round.
Okay. What's its reaction? Oh, it's not particularly bothered. It's obviously found an old beehive or something, and it's breaking open a tree. You manage to avoid the bear, all right?
All right.
And you reach Connor. The weather is actually quite good today. There's dark storm clouds overhead, but temperature-wise, it actually kind of gets over 10 degrees at lunchtime. Lovely weather.
Scottish summer.
Okay, you stop the night in. Sorry?
Right, you feeling all right? Kyūryū? Not feeling sniffles or anything?
Nah, all good.
No, it was above 0 last night, and it's quite a pleasant day. You could probably do without your winter clothing.
Heat wave. It's press
right.
on.
Okay. When you get up the following day, there's actually a lot of the peasants are in festive garb.
How much did it cost us to stay at Kosa?
3 copper each. It is the Buddhist festival of Higan today, the 3 days before and after the spring equinox.
When it's a festival, do we get to? Sorry, game question. Do we get to do anything when it's a festival, or?
I'm just letting you know that the villagers are celebrating Higan. It's a festival. There isn't a temple here. It is just a tradition.
Should we take the day and join in?
Oh,
It's the next 3 days.
Okay, 3 days.
Then you have the spring equinox, and then the 3 days after that. Do you wish to spend 7 days celebrating?
Is there any effects? Like, do we get any sway with the kami or anything like that? Depending on the.
You get the feeling of everything being great and everything feeling wonderful, and you're happy, and you join with the peasants in celebrating the goodness of the weather. And in as far as characters are concerned, no, but
Just feeling really happy.
yes. Yeah. So are you going to spend the day celebrating, or are you going to? Because you do know that it's a 7-day celebration.
we would spend the
We
night
can
there
s-
celebrating, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we spend a month training, I feel like we deserve it.
Okay.
Yeah. Did we drink that sake, or did we just assume we drank that one night? Yeah. Or have we
No,
kept that?
I'm not assuming you drank that one night. Otherwise, you would not have been training the following day. You'd have been even worse off.
So, should we take the opportunity to have a night on the sake then? Because we've got a keg. It's a festival. We're stopping. It's a party.
Is there anyone in Connor like we can talk to about any information?
You can talk to the villagers and find out what's going on. The samurai and his family will be observing the festival and passing comments on the peasantry and these, the good folk, salt of the earth. Let them have their pleasures. They'll work the harder during the year. Typical bouquet.
Is there any dance?
Yes, indeed. That evening there will be dancing around the fire.
In that case, I'm going to go and make a fool of myself.
So, Ma.
Same.
Yay!
Why not?
Okie doke. Given that there are visitors in the village, the hetman will announce that there will be celebratory sake, the winning couple. There are ladies in the village who would be happy to dance with you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's what I
There
was,
we go.
that's what I was thinking. I'm a young 19-year-old man. I've just spent a year out on the road with these guys. Like, I want
The
to.
mother-in-laws will, of course, be keeping a close eye.
I want to do some drinking and some dancing. Let's go.
Well,
Dave, is there
Yes?
a gentleman who's prepared to dance with Tomoe?
I'm almost certain that's likely to. Yes, definitely.
Brilliant.
In
Let's
that
get
case,
it on.
I shall dance with one of the village women.
I've just made an absolute tit of myself dancing with the local villager. Rolled an 18, needed an 11.
Okay, fine. Could I have skill rolls from the rest of you, and we'll see who gets the best.
Oh, you did have to spoil it, didn't you?
I've got one effect number.
Looks like Kinzo's doing the best so far.
Oh yeah.
Well done, Kinzo.
Have we had everybody?
I think so.
I shall just
I have 6 effect
enjoy
numbers.
from the side.
I think you're the man, Kinzo.
I stood on the toes of the girl that I was dancing with. She hates me.
Okay. And Tomoe, let's see. Your
Hello
guy. You kind of dragged his performance down somewhat.
That's a nice way to put it.
Let me just check something.
If that's 5 couples, the second couple's won it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everyone has a great dance besides one person. If you're looking at the
If you look at
latest roll.
19 and 6 is one, and then 2 and 6 is another, and then 2 and 15 is another, the 2 and 6 wins it, doesn't it?
I wouldn't put a bet on that.
It would depend on Kinzo's partner. If Kinzo's partner rolls a 1,
Well, yeah.
if you're thinking about pairing dice rolls up,
Yeah. Also depends on people's BCS.
yeah.
This is what makes competition fun.
I had a character in a Cthulhu game that gambled on everything. He would be loving this right now. He would be making bets on this.
So a lot of the villagers, they're standing around thinking, yeah, all these visitors to the village doing.
Let's just
They'll be
check
taking
out
bets, definitely.
C, so base score is going to be that. Okie doke. So as far as the villagers are concerned, there is a young couple that does better than you, Kinzo, so unfortunately you're the runner-up. So they win the sake. But
Good effort.
it was a
Good
good
effort,
evening.
Kinzo.
Everybody enjoyed it.
Well done.
And
Well- In that case, I shall congratulate the winners and give them a silver.
Wow.
They are deeply they are very grateful. This
Is that like a full use pay?
the lady says that she will put it towards their wedding. She's very grateful for your artistic knowledge and appreciation of their skills.
Excellent.
She will introduce you to her partner, and they will spend the evening talking with you about how wonderful Connor is and how they're looking forward to this, that, and the other. The mother-in-law is, of course, kind of keeping a close eye.
Of course.
Both mothers-in-law are keeping a close eye. But yes, you all have a very pleasant evening. And then the following day, you set out for Nobioka. Well, the wind has really got up. It's coming from the southeast and blowing on shore, and you can smell the salt. While it's not, there's no rain or anything, but you reckon it's stormy weather out at sea. So you head up to Nobioka and you reach there safely. The river is so choppy, there is no traffic going backwards and forwards across the river today. But you reach Nobioka. The shack is locked and Wanshu is not there at the moment.
Yeah. I think we'll wait a while and see if he turns up.
Why don't we go for lunch at the Lucky Coin Inn, and you never know, we might bump into our new boss.
Well, it is midday when you get to Nobioka, so there isn't a problem in going to the Lucky Coin.
It'd be nice to be seen there when we're in Nobioka. Since we've just taken allegiance with these guys, we should go there when we're in Nobioka, I think.
Agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off to the lucky coin.
You settle down in the Lucky Coin, nothing happens for an hour or so, and then Wanshu turns up. Yes, he'd heard you were in town, and welcomes you back.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you
You
again.
on your way
Wanshu.
anywhere else, or are you going to be wanting to stay at the shack tonight?
There we're planning on staying.
Okay, fine. He'd probably best go and unlock then.
Do you need any help?
No, should be fine. I mean, if you want to come and shift some of the stuff, I'm afraid I stuck your pallets in the storeroom once I knew you weren't coming back for a couple of days, so to move a few
All
sacks
right,
out.
well, let's go and do that then.
Okay,
And settle in.
fair enough. You go to the docks, and half of the shack is full of boxes and sacks and so on. And he just asks you to hold on, disappears off, comes back 10 minutes later. Yep, fine. I managed to find some space in somebody else's Godin, so we can shift it all there. And he picks up a pack and asks you to pick up a load and follow him.
Okay, will do.
All right.
Can I have a d20 roll from you all?
5. Ooh, a 2 from Tomoe.
They're not good.
4 from Asakura. Oh, and then the crap at the end. Oh, and Yanagi with a 6. Nice.
Right, fine. Some of the stuff that you're carrying, you would guess it's probably disguised weaponry.
Dodgy man.
We've always known he was dodgy, this one.
In actual fact, on that roll, you remember when you were kind of moving pottery backwards and forwards in the town?
Yes.
And you kind of took a carrying block with a pallet slung from a couple of
Yes.
sticks.
Yep.
Some of those wrapped sticks look very like those. And now that Asakura's had a closer look, those look as though they're probably Yari.
Not 50 of them by any chance, is there?
No, it's not that many, but there's definitely disguised weapons in this lot.
But that's a mass amount of spears being moved around again after we just moved around 50 Yari. Like, something's going on. Somebody's mass gathering spears.
And then again, it is the most common type of weapon that they use, at least in the armies, so...
You, I suggest you stop speculating.
Oh, that wasn't out loud. That was the player to the other players.
Okay.
That wasn't in character. That was me talking to you guys.
Well, I still suggest you stop speculating.
And that's also in character. Okay, so you get your area cleared, pull your pallets out, and you can settle down and have your meal. So that's basically from the house on the rock. That's 3, 6, 7 copper for your various nights in the inns on the way and tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
Individually, sorry, how many was tonight?
Well, it was 3 copper for the 2 nights you were in Connor and 1 copper. So that's if you knock 7 copper off. How much of the keg is left, by the way?
I already took 3 off, so I need to take another 4. Right, okay.
I'm not sure. Whatever.
Hmm?
I didn't drink too much, so I'm not quite sure how
No,
much.
I don't think we did. Well, no, yeah. We were drinking on the night that we were celebrating at Kona. I mean, there's 6 of us. I would say we drank it. I would say we finished it.
Yeah, it could well be finished in it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Keg gone.
Yeah.
Right. So, once you will inquire as to whether you're looking for work on the again.
You certainly are looking for work.
Okay, he will see what's available.
Want you? We're also looking for work outside the area if you can find some.
Yes. Special work.
We're looking to travel, and if you know of any goods that might want to go any distance, then we might be the people to take them.
Ah, right.
Goods or otherwise that you want taken.
Yeah. Goods, messages.
Okay. He will have a think. He doesn't have anything for another couple of days, but he's pretty sure that the docks are busy at the moment. So he can find work for you.
Okay.
As far as work outside the area, he'll have to have a kind of think. He hasn't got anything specifically he wants, but when you say outside the area, do you mean just outside Nobioka, or
Outside of the
elsewhere in central Hyuga province, or else?
We're happy to
We're happy
leave
to
the
go
province.
Further afield, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Broaden our own
okay.
horizons a little.
Righty-ho. He will have a think.
Well, we'd be happy to work on the docks for a few days while he talks to his contacts and that.
He will go and have a talk with some of his contacts tomorrow to see what's going ahead. And
Always good to broaden your horizons, especially since we are in Nippon. Quite literally the land of the sun.
yes. Well, in Nobioka you get quite a good view of the rising sun. I mean, that's why the Hyuga is a good living. I mean, over the other side of the island, you don't, because there's all those mountains in the way. Just know why anybody would want to leave Hyuga. It's such a place for business. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
he will. He's certainly able to find you work for the next couple of days, and he's got a job you can do for him on the docks the day after. But you want something a bit more outside the city, right? He will see what he can find out for you tomorrow. Okay, so
Perfect.
you can get a 2 days work without a problem out on the docks if you're interested.
Yeah, is that the 14th and 15th?
This will be for the 14th and the 15th.
Cool, okay. 2 days work on the dock.
So that would be a net 4 copper gain for those 2 days.
Okay.
The night of the first day that you worked on the docks, Ichidu comes to visit you. Glad to see that you're back from wherever you're going. There's been nothing happened so far, so they're planning to light a firecracker.
Oh.
Well, one must encourage one's opponent to make a mistake.
Yes.
And so
Actually, Dave,
Yes?
I'm going to apologise to Bushido for not letting him know where we were going.
Well, once you had told him that you were heading for the House of Rock, because he already knew that Kosa was there. Oh, by the way, he greets Kosa and makes sure that he's aware of the situation.
That might be the case, but we still should have told you where we were going because we're now employed by you.
Well, you're on retainer, so yes, strictly speaking, yes, but given that he knew and could get word to you relatively quickly if needed, he's willing to let that go by.
Yeah, we're on call. We don't have to stay around. We're on call. When they call, we come.
But what they're planning on doing is there's a merchant ship traveling down to Miyazaki in a week's time, and they're planning on having some passengers on board who will do some work on the docks when they arrive, shall we say? And he thought you might wish to be part of the group. If you
I
are
would like-
interested, he can give you more information on it. If not, then what he's told you will be all you know.
I would like to go. I'm originally from where I was born and brought up, was near Miyazaki. I think it'd be good to kind of visit the old school where my father worked, which is the School of the Flashing Swords.
Well, that's some considerable distance from Miyazaki.
I thought it was in the mountain behind.
Basically, if you go to the journal tab on Roll20,
Yep.
under handouts, you'll see map of Central Hyuga Province.
Yep.
If you open that,
Yes.
you can click on the. If you hover your mouse over it, you should see that there's a little spyglass, so you can zoom in.
Yes. Yeah.
And so if you look at that map, the very left-hand end, you'll see Miyazaki is the city just to the left of the river.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. If you follow the river upstream, you'll see there's a small hill, then a large hill, then just to the right of that an even larger hill, and just beyond that is a mountain. The Flashing Blade School is somewhere in around that mountain.
Is this
So
on
fairly
the
close.
handout map?
I'm not very good at distance. It's always
Yes, well,
close to me.
it's compared with Nobioka, it's close to Miyazaki.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
can
you
say
know
I'm
that's
from
another
the-
province. Okay, but
Yeah.
the Flashing Blade School is off in the mountains up there. You know, it is remote for the serenity of spirit that it gives its pupils. But yes,
Put the map in the channel, by the way, if you don't know where to find it.
Sorry.
I put
yes,
the map on the other channel if you can't
Yes,
find it.
I'd actually pinned it, I think, hadn't I?
To one of them, yes, but yeah, just in case you couldn't find it.
Where's the? Did I pin it to THC?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got that on screen because it is in the handouts on Roll20 as well.
Oh yes, so yes, you've just put that on the. Yeah, I pinned it to the Bushido channel in the Avalon channel, but not to this one. I don't. So I better.
I can get that.
Yeah, but anyway, you can see it on Roll20 on the journal, or you can look at the one that Asakura's pinned to the screen. But so the Flashing Blade School is right up in the northwest corner, or sorry, the southwest corner of Central Hyuga Province. Okay.
Yes. Thanks, Dave. Thank you.
No trouble at all. But Miyazaki, you can see on the player map, right down to the south. And so they will be sending a ship down, which will then be travelling upstream to the docks. They're expecting it to dock in the evening, and then a party to slip off at night, hopefully unseen, cause trouble on the docks, and then nip over the river quickly and head north, because they don't want it connected to the ship itself. Is this something that you would enjoy?
Oh yes.
He
Think
feels
so.
that you would certainly be of benefit to the strike team in
Yes.
lighting the firecracker.
Yes, certainly will.
Of course.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okie doke. It's going to be leaving on 20 Mutsuki. So, if
Right,
there's
guys.
anything that you wish to organise or purchase for the trip, or if there's anything you think you might need, they might be able to acquire it.
Yeah, would it be possible to acquire certain tools of trade to bring along?
Depends which trade we're talking about, is the answer. He assumes you're talking about your professional trade?
Well, I mean, what I do professionally is not what normal peasants do.
Yes. Well, he understands that you were trained as a bushi.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, weapons that a Bushi would be interested in using.
He's sure that somewhere around the docks they might be able to find something. What is it you were looking for?
Well, I primarily with a sword of some kind.
You are aware that there is a wakizashi in Wonshu's shack that you could use if needed.
Yes, it's just need to make sure that it can actually be brought along as well.
The intention is to leave the ship with whatever we've smuggled down. Getting it back, if we can agree where the stuff's going to be left, then we stand a chance of getting it back.
Could it be possible to borrow just any wakizashi there then? Or katana?
Let's check and see. Are wakizashi available? 4-1. They actually have 2 wakizashi available if you are seeking to borrow them.
Yeah, they'd love to do that then.
Do they have any bows
Let's see.
and arrows, I guess?
If they have bows, then they will also have arrows.
Any shuriken?
So, d4 minus 2. No, they don't have any die Q. They do have 2 hand Q, and if they have the hand Q, they will have shuriken. How many do you want?
Oh, I mean, what's the normal amount to carry? Half a dozen?
If you wish to carry half a dozen. Those are a bit more expensive in terms of if they're lost. So if you can retrieve them from the bodies, they'd appreciate that. They can always be cleaned up.
Yeah, I mean, I can try. That's not something I can guarantee with the weapon you're throwing, but yeah, obviously I would try to recover everything.
Okay, so that is a request for... well, how many of the 2 wakizashi do you want? Both of them?
And also, since we're talking about, is it possible that they have katana or anything else like that while we're talking about it?
Oh, katana. That is much less likely.
Just in case.
They actually have a katana, yes.
Oh, well, that's perfect then. Much rather have that.
Okay, so you want a katana, a wakizashi. Does Tomoe want the wakizashi or not?
Is there if we're asking for things, is there a naginata there?
Do they have it in their stores? Yes, they have 2 naginata available.
I'll take I'll take the
They do want these back, so don't lose them.
okay.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll take a naginata and I'll take the bow and the accompanying arrows, please.
Okay. So they will give you a sheaf of willow. Okay. The rest of you are presumably being quiet. You already have all the fists you need.
Yes. What sort of trouble are they looking to cause? We maybe have some ideas on how we can help out.
Let's see. They believe that they've identified merchants who work for the Yakuza there. They've identified some Yakuza gambling dens. Just destruction of any of those would certainly cause problems. Injury to dock workers, etc. Well, necessary, but if necessary, but they'd rather you went for the Yakuza directly.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
the gang members.
I've got no interest in hurting innocent people.
Yeah, dead bodies, an advantage. The more damage you can cause, the better. If there is any way to up the embarrassment in any way, don't want kind of ideographs proclaiming the superiority of the rat gang, where Bouquet can see them. That would just cause problems. But stuff that the rabbits know about, fine.
Yeah. We've got a couple of days. We'll see if we can come up with any ideas.
Okay. So the ship will be leaving on the 20th. They will get your weapons aboard. If there's anything else you want to go aboard, let them have that could be subject to search. Let them have it, and they can put it in the in a concealed compartment. Those of you with any wit at all will obviously realise that this is a smuggling type ship.
Yes.
My wit's pretty low, so I'm just kind of clueless. I think we're just kind of going a bit of a jaunt.
Well, it sounds an interesting trip.
Yeah.
Okie doke. If you've got any of your own stuff that you want to take there, that you want them to hide on the ship, fine.
I suggest you don't take too much stuff, because we are going to be leaving in a bit of a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what they're going to do is take a couple of boatmen and grab the ferries. So they might need assistance in retrieving the ferries, and then once the action has come to an end, then they will ferry people across the river to the far side overnight. And then if you can agree a location where you can leave the illicit goods on the far side, they can then be collected by somebody unconnected.
We can leave them. That's river down there, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, basically, you're going to have to travel upriver, and the ship will moor at the dock in Miyazaki, and then that night you would kind of leave the ship with your Yakuza accomplices, who would then capture the boats. They would cause the trouble, and then you will leap into the boats, rush across the river, and head up the road, leaving any illicit goods that you, illicit weapons, etc., in an agreed spot beside the road.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, under the blueberry bush on the back of the hill by the lightning hit tree, sort of whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much does a shuriken weigh, Dave? Just thinking about how many I will take.
Shuriken, he says, going to the equipment list. Shuriken weigh 1/4 pound each. If you click the drop down for shuriken on the weapons list, it should come up with the weight.
I will take 4 then, so that I'm just carrying a pound's worth.
Okie doke. So, what do you wish to do for the next few days? I presume probably continue working on the docks?
Yeah.
Work as normal, don't you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, luckily, you can get work all the way up to the 19th. So, if I just add that in. And then I will tell you how much you get. And it's cold but beautiful weather, clear skies. Once that storm's gone, then it's gentle breezes and moderate breezes. So overall, in that in those days, 3, 6, 10, 13, 21, less 2, 4, 5. So you would get a net a net 15 copper each.
Just wondering for the game, will we do this tonight or will we do this next time?
We will do this next time, I think.
Yeah.
When you turn up on the 20th at the ship, you will be handed sailor's garb, and your clothes are bundled up, and you will be acting the part of seaman. Okay, you're not actually expected to behave like seaman. You will just be acting the part.
Right.
And I think we will call it a night there. And next time, your ship will be leaving and heading down the coast from Nobioka to Miyazaki.